Yo, what's going on, people? We got a video today, and it's for a game to where, okay, well, let me go back. There's recently been a lot of games dropping, or a lot of gameplay footage dropping for a bunch of games to where I'm interested in, and some I just already know I'm going to be interested in. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being one of them, for obvious reasons. I didn't do a reaction video. I'm probably not going to do a reaction video for that because I already know how my response is going to be. A lot of people's already doing it. Because Final Fantasy VII is the game that everybody wanted instead of Final Fantasy 16. And I can understand it perfectly, especially if you're an OG Final Fantasy fan. I can see you wanting that game. So yeah, I'm not even going to touch on that. But what we got today is a game to where I've been introduced to the first one a long time ago. And apparently I've never played it. I never even really dived that much into it to know much about it. But apparently speaking, I've been getting told from a lot of people that the first game was considered to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people said this to me, the best game of its time. And that's a bold statement from when it came out, because there was a lot of games that came out during the first Dragon Dogma's time period. So to say that it's the best of its kind, I don't, especially now since my palette has expanded a little bit more, I'm starting to dive more into a whole lot of different genres and games that I never would even get myself involved into. And I kind of feel stupid for not even giving it a fucking chance, because when I saw the trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2, this game is right up my fucking alley. So I kind of want to check this out to see what it's going to be. People are telling me that this is going to be my new favorite. I don't know. We'll see. Let's check this out. This is going to be a gameplay. Yeah, this is going to be a combat review. I didn't check out the other video, but yeah, I want to see the combat to see how it looks. Apparently it's a party system. It's a medieval fantasy, so you speak the... Man, you just talking my language already. Okay, yes, before we even get started on this, there's like 80 videos that just came out for this game, and I'm not sure which one to even look at right now. This is the first preview video, and this is from IGN. They have another video that's the Japanese version that's 18 minutes long of gameplay. If you guys want to see me do that, put that in the comments too, because I haven't watched the gameplay video of this game yet, so I don't even know what to expect from it. So I'm going to check out the first preview. If I'm blown away by this, if you guys like it, then let me know if you guys want me to react to the Japanese version, which is 18 minutes long.
When it was released 11 years ago, Dragon's Dogma stood out as a bold open-world RPG that didn't conform to any pre-existing mold for the genre. From its one-of-a-kind pawn mechanic that encouraged you to frequently swap out AI-controlled companions from a network populated by creations from other players, to its action-centric combat that had you climbing all over giant monsters in order to specifically target weak points and bring them down to size. So there's nothing quite like it, even to this day. My big takeaway after playing an hour of Dragon's Dogma 2 is that Capcom is doubling down on everything that made Dragon's Dogma so unique, with a big focus on refining and polishing those elements to a shine. And in that regard, they're succeeding. Pawns do pretty much everything that they did in the first game, but their contributions to both combat and navigation are much more immediately noticeable. Melee combat feels more impactful and weighty, and exploration through its now seamless open world feels equal parts rewarding and dangerous. That said, after an hour of killing the same usual Dragon's Dogma rogues gallery of goblins, cyclops, saurians, harpies, bandits, and attempting the occasional griffin, I couldn't help but wish that I experienced something that truly felt new in this sequel.
See, this is where my lack of knowledge of the first one is going to help me out with this, because apparently what he's saying is that it's a little too samey. Let me know, like, if I got any Dragon's Dogma players and stuff like that played the first game, if that's actually a bad or a good thing. I take IGN shit that they say with a grain of salt. I don't fully, trust what they say, but, for me, not playing the first game, having a little bit of the first game in it is going to be a good thing for me. That griffin looked amazing.
Right outside the human kingdom of Vermund, and gave me free reign to go wherever I wanted. I had a handful of quests I could follow, with my pawns already set with knowledge of those quests, meaning that I could simply let them lead the way and not have to deal with constantly bringing up the map and making sure that I was still on course. Pawns having experience and knowledge of quests is not new to Dragon's Dogma, and occasionally in the first game, they would lead you through some tricky-to-follow paths.
His sword was on fire.
Here in Dragon's Dogma 2, it was far more reliable. A simple press of left on the D-pad to issue a help command while out of combat was enough for my pawn to understand that I was looking for a trail to follow, and thus they would grab my attention and start leading the way once I started running towards them.
Okay, so this is the question I want to ask people who, who's in the comments though. Is this game co-op? Because I can easily see this game being co-op. This would be dope as fuck if it was co-op. Like, if you can have party members and stuff, and y'all all have different roles. Like, you got the combat person right there, apparently. I'm paying attention to all the characters. And I think that's like a mage character. If you got, archers, the court, like the same D&D type shit. If you can have co-op companions in this game, like real people, let me know, because that shit would be fantastic.
Once I started running towards them. The coolest interaction that I experienced with a pawn was after having cleared a cave of bandits. I noticed a treasure chest on a platform that was well out of reach. By issuing the help command, though, I noticed that my fighter pawn moved herself closer to the platform, and then kneeled down like she was waiting to give me a boost. Sure enough, when I ran over, she launched me up with the springboard skill, and I was able to collect a rare fairy stone. Very cool.
Oh, wow.
Combat is largely identical to how it was in the original Dragon's Dogma. You've got a button for light attacks, a button for heavy attacks, and then by holding down the left bumper, you've got a series of 4 skills that you can equip for a variety of attacks and spells.
Interesting.
One of the big differences this time around is that the right bumper is now tied to your vocation action, which, as the name implies, is an action unique to your vocation.
So his concern of fire.
Their vocation action is to raise their shield and guard against enemy attacks. For thieves, they've got a quick dodge called Swift Step, and for archers, they're able to directly aim with a steady shot.
Nice.
New to combat is a hit stop effect that occurs when an enemy you're attacking is low on life, indicating that they're open to an execution by hitting them with a strong attack. It's a light touch, but it goes a long way in making combat feel much more brutal and impactful. Okay. It's worth noting that, like the original game, there's no melee lock-on mechanic and no dodge roll, unless it's tied to your vocation. It's a bold choice, and I have a feeling that not everyone will like it, but it does lend a very particular feel to Dragon's Dogma 2's combat. It's much less about split-second reflexes and fierce aggression, and much more about careful positioning, awareness of where your enemies are, relying on your pawns for support, and knowledge of how to exploit enemy weaknesses.
Okay, now so for the one thing that I'm noticing too, and I already know like a couple people who look, because I haven't played the first one, I don't really know, but games like this, I give it a pass. This isn't the most graphically beautiful game that's out there for next gen. Maybe it's because of compression and stuff like that, what's going on, whatever. But you're talking to a person who played like Skyrim and Fallout. Those have never been the best looking games, and Dark Souls and that type of shit too. I grew up playing these games, so I really don't care when it comes to these type of games being super graphically fidelity. You know what I'm saying? Like up to the top bar. It's the gameplay for me that sells me on this. So I'm not really worried about it too much. I know it's going to get a little bit better, but even if it does, I really don't care. I'm focused mainly on the gameplay and stuff. So that's what I focus on. Normally I break stuff down as an artistic perspective, but for these type of games, I really don't have to do that because I already know what I want from these games.
Restart the demo several times in the hour or so that I got to play, and the thing that really impressed me was how different each successive run felt. One time, I walked down the same beaten path I traversed in a previous session and suddenly got attacked by a griffin. In another, I followed a quest down to a riverbank and got to fight against a handful of Saurians that I never saw anywhere else. What? And in another, I was guided by my pawn to a cave full of surprisingly tough bandits guarding a bunch of treasure and valuable materials.
This is
and
dope!
Me and my party got absolutely wrecked. But this encounter excited me because even though I was being guided by a pawn, the exploration still felt organic, and made me well aware that the world of Dragon's Dogma 2 was one full of danger and riches in equal measure, which is the heart of great exploration in video games. All that said though, there definitely was a sense of deja vu when playing through this demo. The skills that I used as both a fighter and a thief were almost identical to the early game skills from the first Dragon's Dogma. I didn't fight a single new enemy type, nor did I fight any of those other enemies in a way that was much different from how I'd fight them in the original game. If there's one comfort that I can have as a fan of Dragon's Dogma, it's that Dragon's Dogma 2 will offer up more of what I loved about that first game, and that many of those minor elements have been improved upon. Okay. But still, I couldn't help but wish that I walked away from my demo a little more excited about something new about the sequel.
I like the fact you can crawl on enemies, kind of like how, what's that game? The Shadow of the Colossus. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
For more on Dragon's Dogma 2, don't miss the reveal trailer and the gameplay showcase. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Is that what I need to watch, is the gameplay showcase? I think I'm going to watch that. You know, people, like, that's what I'm going to watch. I'm probably going to watch the gameplay showcase to see what's going on with this. Okay, so we got the gameplay showcase. This is 8 minutes long. I want to check this out right quick to see what's going on because I don't want to give this a half-ass perspective when I'm watching it for the first time. So I'm about to watch this. Last video was only 5 minutes long, so it wasn't that big of a deal, so yeah. It's kind of dark. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry if the compression is bad. This is not me. This is the this is whatever video is being shown. The compression just looks shit anyway. Oh wow. Wow. Dragon's Dogma 2, okay.
Hello everyone,
What's going on?
Itsuno, the director of Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a narrative-driven action RPG
I like his shirt.
set in an immersive fantasy world designed to place player choice at the heart of the gameplay experience. The action gameplay is designed to challenge your creativity, and although this is a single-player adventure, AI-controlled companions will accompany you throughout the experience.
So it's not co-op, okay.
Today, I'd like to show you a little of what you can expect from the world of Dragon's Dogma 2 with this new gameplay footage.
This is what I needed to see.
In Dragon's Dogma 2, up to 3 AI-controlled beings called pawns can join you on your adventures. Players can choose from 4 starting vocations that determine how they will play.
Wow. Yeah.
Of course, you will be able to change your vocation at any time by visiting vocation guilds. For now, let's look at the fighter vocation.
I'm pretty sure 90% of players are going to play with that.
Wielding a one-handed sword and shield, the fighter excels in melee combat. As a fighter, you can cut down enemies with a sword and protect yourself and your party using your shield.
Nice.
As we keep going, we can see some harpies in the distance.
I wonder how big this
As an
world is,
archer,
man.
You'll be better suited to take down enemies above you. Let's see what they can do. The archer is a vocation that uses a bow and arrow to attack enemies from a distance. Make full use of your arsenal, including exploding or blighting arrows. You can also aim at your enemies like a third-person shooter.
Could you not do that in the last game? In the first one?
The monsters of Dragon's Dogma 2 behave organically in the world around them, and will even react to players by using their wits against you. Next, I would like to show you the mage in action.
Like support characters?
Mages excel at long-range magical attacks, as well as healing and support
That's
spells that
dope.
boost your party with various enchantments to give allies an advantage in battle.
That's dope. This
The more
should be
advanced
so
and powerful the
good.
magic
Like-
is, the longer the incantation will take.
Oh, wow. Dog, this would be so good with co-op people. With
In addition to the pawns you adventure
I wonder
with,
why this
you will
not.
occasionally act with other inhabitants of the world.
What's this? We're trapped.
Not anymore. I wonder how many different enemy types is in this game
Let's take a
too.
look at the thief.
Bro, the
As
thief's
a
cutting
thief,
his legs
use
up.
daggers to strike at your enemies, relying on agility and quick attacks.
Did he just do a spin roll?
Use swift step to quickly move away from enemies after an attack.
Bro, I like
Strategy
that.
for the thief against massive monsters is to find openings and cling on to the enemy to deal damage.
Oh, wow.
Fighting head-on is always an option, but it's a good idea to utilize the
What the
environment
fuck?
around you while engaging with enemies.
What the fuck?
Between your chosen vocation, diverse terrains, and the particular monster you're up against, each encounter challenges players and their party to use their creativity to succeed.
What? They used to do that as a bridge?
2 nations prosper in the world of Dragon's Dogma 2.
Bro, Japanese people creative
Vermin,
as
the
fuck.
Human Kingdom, and Batal, the land of Beastren.
You know what's so funny about like American developers and Japanese developers when it comes to game design and shit? They're not afraid to get silly. They're not afraid to do silly shit, you know what I'm saying, that we just would not do because we take ourselves too seriously when it comes to our games and stuff. That's the shit you will only see in this type of game in a Japanese studio. You will only see that there. We don't do that type of shit, but it's so innovative and it's so funny, but it works because it's just fun. It's like game shit. They still realize that you're playing a game. Let's put it like that.
In Vermund, the Arisen who slay the dragon have ruled as kings for generations. This land of lush meadows and rolling hills is ripe for exploration.
That's crazy.
In contrast, Batal is a rugged canyon nation with a city built on the site of ancient ruins. It is home to the Beastren and their unique culture.
So I guess that's the lion
The nation
creatures.
of Batal offers players a different experience from the human kingdom.
Wow.
With diverse environments to explore and monsters to encounter. In your adventures,
This
you
don't
might
ever
come
seem
across
real.
people who call out to you.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir?
Other times, you might receive quests from people who you aid.
Thank heavens. Thought I'd ne'er make it. If I might be so bold as to impose upon you again, would you be willing to accompany me to the cenotaph?
No,
Safeguard me
you're gonna
from
get me sidetracked for
Those
hours.
with knowledge of
Fuck
a quest
you.
may be able to guide you to the right location, but it is up to the player to decide whether to follow them or not.
Of course they're gonna follow him. They have to.
Pawns support you throughout your adventures and may come to your aid when you are in trouble.
Wow. This motherfucker just caught you in midair.
To complete your quests, you can ride ox carts to travel to major locations.
Okay. So it's like
But
fast
be
travel.
aware, as you might get attacked en route to your destination and have to decide how to tackle the situation. During the ride, you can choose to close your eyes to quickly arrive at your destination.
So would you get waking up? Okay, so how innovative is that system to where like you can choose to close your eyes to get to the destination quickly? Would you still, is it still technically in real time? That's what I want to know. So where like even though you're fast traveling, if there's an incident that's going to happen randomly, would it wake you up from that and you have to deal with the conflict before you get to your destination and then you can do it again? I wonder if that's the case, because what would be the point of you taking the long way if you could just close your eyes and get to the next destination? I think it's more innovative than that. But that system alone is just interesting. I think Red Dead Redemption has something like that too.
Time is ever passing, even while riding an ox cart, and the environment around the player constantly changes.
I like that.
Nighttime is especially dangerous. With no light to illuminate your surroundings, you will be enveloped in pitch black darkness where you can't even see your feet. Also, there are dangerous monsters that only appear at night, so you need to be careful when adventuring in the dark.
I'm not going out at night. I'm going out during the day like a normal person.
If you have a camping kit, you can find a campsite to spend the night and recover your health.
This is crazy.
Good evening, Arisen.
I didn't expect that voice to come out of
It is the honor of my life to share your journey, Arisen.
You took me aback. I did
To wrap
not
up,
expect
I'd
that.
like to introduce some advanced vocations that become available as you progress in the story. The Mystic Spear Hand combines magic attacks and weapon-based physical attacks.
Wow.
A good all-rounder, they use their duo spear at close
Look at
range
that.
and magic at long range. They can also use magic to block an enemy's movement or throw multiple items at once.
Wow.
The Magic Archer is a vocation that further specializes in long-range attacks with magical arrows.
Get out
On
of
top
here.
of
That's what I
healing and
want.
providing support to your allies, they can learn a skill that releases a powerful attack over a wide area in
Look at
exchange
this.
for reducing their own maximum HP.
Oh, Griffin.
And of course, there are other unique vocations you can look forward to. We have a playable version of Dragon's Dogma 2 at the Tokyo Game Show Capcom booth.
That Griffin look
Depending
amazing
on the
though.
choices they make, each player can experience very different playthroughs.
This is crazy.
We're very much looking forward to the impressions of those who get a chance to play. Dragon's Dogma 2 is being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam.
So no
Please
last
stay
gen.
tuned for more information. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I missed the first game. What, is he riding a Griffin? Bro, I was just about to fucking say that. I was just about to say how... Bro, wait, so you can fly enemies in this game? That's fucking crazy. So you could tame a Griffin? What about dragons? Oh, this is crazy. Fucking wow. Okay. Okay, well, this video was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was just going to look at that 1 5-minute video, but I didn't want to half-ass this shit when I was just getting, you know, involved with this game. This is the first time I've seen anything from it, though. You know, like, really seen anything from it. So, I wanted to give it more than just that little preview that IGN did. It wasn't enough for me, but that was enough. From the people who's been telling me about Dragon's Dogma to begin with, they're like diehard fans of this game. So like they saying that they're glad that this game is finally getting recognition, that they're glad that a second one is even existing, and the fact that the gameplay of the first game was so innovative and so different that it probably won't even affect me if it's more of the same from the first game, or it won't even affect people who's returning to it who's fans of the first game. So who knows, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I just want to see more of this to see what's going on. I might check out that Japanese showcase, the 18-minute video. I'm gonna watch a couple minutes of it to see if it's actually worth it or not. But you know, if you guys want to see it, let me know. If you guys want to see me cover this game a little bit more, let me know too. I love medieval fantasies. So if you guys got any games like this or anything involved with this shit that you guys want me to check out, let me know. For right now, I'm interested in. Wow, holy shit. You can ride a fucking griffin. That's all I care about. I gotta see when this shit come out. Hold up a second, y'all. Okay, so they said Dragon's Dogma 2 on Reddit, like we could fucking trust Reddit, is May yeah, this is fucking stupid. Speculative release date is 2023 May. I don't believe that's true at all. I believe this game has another year. I say 2024. That's basically what I'm saying, that this game is going to come out. I don't think it's coming out this year. I don't think it should, because I think it has a lot of competition this year. I think it has a lot of shit to do, and I think it needs to be, you know, worked on. Let them cook. I do not believe it's going to come out in 2023. I don't. And if it does, I'll be surprised. But yeah, whatever. I'm happy about this. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And yeah, I'm up out of here. I'm very excited for this. Peace.